get your video now that we are all drunk and completely stupid. Oh my god. Especially Kristen actually.
I don't know.
I told you when you were at the table.
I don't know, there's something I'm missing here. You guys.
I want all the rest. You just say 3 little slices and I get all the rest. No, I just want to do this.
Do you want the one with the slice?
Just to
or
try
with
your
that?
beautiful pastry. It's going to be beautiful. You know what I was trying to explain, Gregory? I was telling him that it's been a long time since I had like good laughs, and that's when we were driving from Brenny. And I tried to explain him, you know, the time of when you were driving and you had this phone call from, what was the name of the guy who was buying dog for Indonesia?
Oh.
And you thought it was Kim?
That same thing? Thought it was what?
My Korean friend.
Yeah.
When we were business.
What was his name?
Oh,
He had a stupid name anyway.
Herman. And as you know, he was Indonesian, and he had the same accent as Kim, the Korean.
Yeah.
And I was starting because we were always laughing with Kim, and you know, go out and go dancing or go to listen to some music. When are we going? I said, when are we going out? And he sort of said,
She was like proposing the guy who was just like business partner, or
Yeah.
not even like business partner, not
no,
so
he
close
just
even.
used to place an order for
We
me
just
to
happened
find.
to be Asian like him, that's all.
And I don't know, we were thinking about something totally different.
And it
Maybe
was
on
in the car too, it was in the
Oh.
car, and this one started full on, like if it was Kim, that was obvious it was Kim, and I was there and I knew all the story, and then she was really like outgoing with this guy, and then suddenly something happened, I don't know what happened, he said something about
about the
and then she realized, and then we had to stop the car, she couldn't drive, she was just like under the steering wheel, she couldn't breathe, she couldn't do anything. That was so good. And I say, I remember this time we had such a laugh and we couldn't stop laughing. We had to stop every 2 minutes because this one couldn't drive, and I was just, this time she was starting again, I was starting again. That was a good one. I remember that. I don't know why I remember this one, but that was really good.
It was a good one because I got caught there. Oh, it was so bad.
Imagine the face of the other
You
poor.
never even met or talked to this man before?
She never talked to him after.
I did actually steal.
Yeah, I knew he had a
And when the people that bought the shop, they wanted to talk to him and everything.
so
because
you
they
know
want-
she proposed me on the phone.
They wanted to do business with him. Because I said, well, I do business with him, but I haven't included in the figures because I don't want to pay franchise fee and that. So Gary, beautiful Gary, right? said, oh, what is that? Blah, blah, blah. I said, well, it's got nothing to do with you.
My private life. So I talked to this man like in different terms.
I told you about Gary having a meeting with him in the city.
No.
And he was supposed to have a meeting with all the different owners to talk really
that's
business.
the guy you told
Yeah.
me about. Sleep
And then I went in the city where he had his apartment.
And he had a big jacuzzi.
Alright.
And then it really started really. And then when I managed to go away, I turned around and I didn't know my way around. And didn't know where the lift was because the lift came straight
Was
to the
hidden beyond the door, you couldn't get, so
I went straight into the bedroom and he was running around behind me. My looks changed. And I turned around and I realized he was just behind me.
Christine, you want to go straight there? Oh, I'm so
Keep
glad.
going. Anyway, oh.
That's when you did the knock in the door, like, your body. So the door.
Anyway, I rang Kim at Liverpool and said, are you supposed to have a meeting with Gary? No, I've never. No. I didn't even know he was in Sydney. Then I rang Jim at Hertford and said, are you supposed to have a meeting with Gary? You know, to really talk about business and really see where, you know, we can improve and things like that. So no.
Yeah, see, I guess.
But I remember, yeah, that was fun. I was so laughing a few months after.
Oh, me too, see, I remember.
Yeah,
I told him a story and I said, that's one time I remember, not so long.
Well, we'll have to
Quite
tell...
fun. Have you got any news of Kim?
I saw him just before I left. We went out somewhere.
Oh, that's like 2 years.
Oh, we went to... We went to the basement. We went to the basement.
Yeah, I talked to you. I said, I should have asked him many times because I never had any contact for him. And I really liked him. It was just really good.
Oh, and he's such a happy.
Yeah, and such a nice guy. Yeah, he is.
I like him. You know, I used to ring him up and just to hear his voice, he was always so happy. He was always.
Because you couldn't understand a word of what he was saying.
I think he's happy.
You knew he was smiling on the phone. You could feel it. No, it was really lovely. I hope he's still lovely. We're talking say he was lovely, but still lovely. It is beautiful. Should be too funny. It's a little bit different. Yeah, that's what makes it nice. I like when it's really like this, really bitter.
That's a homemade tart.
Tart.
Hmm?
It's a tart.
And pastry.
But that's what I like about homemade tart. I never liked the one with the pastry cream.
No, neither me. I don't know why I said that because I was used to hate them. I said maybe she likes them, so maybe we did it. I'll just to talk, you know. Sometimes I just talk to talk. Okay, I go to bed. If I'm disturbing you, so I go to bed now. Just have a bit more wine. I go to bed.
So how did you manage to escape a life with horses?
I
It
was
was the same one.
I was probably not passionate enough in the first place. I got sick of it. Probably not being passionate enough and not doing really things that were really exciting and I don't know.
I have a good friend whose business is tracks taking people on vacation, riding things. She can't get enough. She rides on her day off.
Wow. Good for her.
I wouldn't understand it if I was taking people on the beach.
It was okay, like when I did that
Because
for
it
a
was a
long
short
time.
time, yeah.
I did that for a long time, but it's the same, a short time during the season, like basically 3 months. But it was okay, I didn't have enough of that. I think I could have done it a bit more. What you get sick of is not really the people, it's just like the rides, basically. That was really more boring than anything, the rides. Because you have to go like an hour and a half around. Once you've done it 1,000 times, then you just know everything, every single tree, every single hole, everything and whatever. So that gets boring. But the fact that it's always different people, it just adds a bit. I suppose you just forget about the environment and you just do. that was okay. It's just I would have liked if I could run the business that Michel had in Maison. I think I would still do that, like doing it in summer and spending taking holidays during 6 months. He had the ideal thing because this guy was doing like horse trail rides during summer, and then in winter he was lending it's a proper word, his horses to a network of people he met year after year.
He didn't have any expenses.
Oh, wow.
So he didn't have anything.
And he used to get those horses back.
Well, yeah, and back in most of the time in shape, or sometimes there's a little accident, you know, you think the people are nice and then they don't feed your horse and you get it quite skinny. And
He had them all over
but
the place.
most of the time, the horses were going back to the same owner all the time because they love them and they get this bond with the horse and they want the same one the year after, blah, blah, blah. And they take care of them like private horses. So that was just brilliant.
Yeah,
You
that's
have to
pretty
have the
clever.
guts to do it with your own horses, like leaving them and just trusting the people or just saying, go hope for the best. And they were all no insurance, no nothing. It's just like, I'll give you the horse, you give it back to me. They were nothing
It was a
richer.
verbal
Just feeding for.
Just really like a Maquignon thing. But that was the ideal thing. The stables
no
were just
other-
less.
Tell Larry that, she'll figure it out, man. She'd love that one.
And that was
Oh
really,
yeah,
really
no
good.
other heads except at the time.
Hmm.
Because these tables were only
But
available
they were
at
in
the time.
keeping, yeah.
Yeah. Because during the winter, the guy
It was
couldn't
only
buy them
benefit.
anyway.
It was only benefit. You wanted to extend it like having from Easter holidays till probably the end of September or something, which was kind of a mistake, but it was good for the horses because sometimes we were taking them for Easter and we were doing different things. We were doing more like riding school and teaching and things. So it was a bit reschooling the horses.
Yeah.
So it was
to get
really
ready
good.
for the
Yeah, to
season.
get ready because sometimes you give them to people who are not a really good rider. They take bad habits and they get a bit sickos and all those things. So that taking them back for the riding school session during like 2 weeks or 3 weeks was putting them back in shape and back in work and back in order. And then you let them in the field for like 2 months and then pop ready. That was just really brilliant. I'm not sure I could have done it with my horses, like leaving them and not knowing that.
Very good. I have to suggest that to her. Clever
And
idea.
that's hard. In France, it was quite possible around Woodware because there are many people who got enough land with the horse and who eventually was invested in.
The horses are a lot more expensive in France than they are here. So, you know, it's not easy for everybody to have a horse. It's not,
Yeah,
it's
maybe
quite
that's a good deal to do there.
So it was really a good deal for both parties.
So they had the benefit
Sorry?
of it anymore.
Yeah,
It's
Ludovic,
not,
that's what he did.
something that anybody can do.
And he was even more clever because the thing is, as the people are taking the horses year after year, they see them growing, and when he thinks that they're not so good anymore, the people they just buy them. You got the owner like ready to pay for them, and he could just say whatever price, and he sold a mare to an older couple for like 5 times the money. And he was always saying, well, that's that much. And they were saying, no, Michel, come on, because it gets on friendship terms after. Oh, no, Michel, you can't really do that to us. Too much, too much. First year they say that, second year they just, oh, Michel, and the third year, oh, and they really want the horse, and they're really sick of seeing him going back for the season and doing like quite hard work and being exploited. And they feel sick and they say, oh, my poor little horse, I've been
Looking after
putting in wool for all this time. He's going to go back and having all these bad riders on him, and I can't stand that. So 1 year, 2 years, and then they don't resist and they pay whatever you want.
then you get another horse.
And then you get another
For the same
one
price.
fresh. It was just really cunning.
Whatever.
Yeah, you got to be Maquignon. You've got to have like not too much feeling for your horses because sometimes it's ending up not so good and the horses are not in shape, and you give them to really, sometimes I saw them like going with bad riders and you know that they're going to try tricks with them, and you got to. But out of that he made a business and he made quite well, and he's still doing it, I suppose. So,
Look at those trails in Australia too. Where you just ride on the property and they don't follow you, you just go and hire the horses. It's all computerized and organized and it's all very professional. You
yeah,
just get
the
on
one
the
we went
horse.
to, oh that was mad, the
Ride
one
them
we
any way
went
you
to.
want them?
Yeah, it's all fenced and that's it, good job.
really big property in between.
Yeah,
You never do
same
that.
compost.
You
Yeah.
never do that.
We did this thing, it was just
Peach
crazy.
Ridge, around Peach Ridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were getting to the
Near where
office.
road
They
was.
had an office with computer and all that. They were making you sign your paper first thing. I discharge you from any responsibility. Pop,
Yeah.
first
That
thing.
wouldn't save you here at all.
Cool. So that was the thing. Then after, how many times have you been riding? So you had to put from 1, 10, 100, 1000. Like if you count, if I've been counting. So I would just joke and I said, oh, whatever. And then they asked me, but how many times exactly have you been riding? I said, oh, I can't tell. It was just really done like this by an office part. Then you had the operational part, and the guy who was putting you on the horse, giving you the basic. You were going downhill. You were gone. And they were giving to the one who didn't know the really old horses. That was really funny to watch because some they couldn't even leave. They were going down the hill, they were a little quick down the and they were stuck there, and that's it. And they were and the horse was there, pulling the reins, eating the grass, and it was hilarious. And some other one who had people who knew a bit more were dragging a lot, so that even the old one they were following, and you could see the guys. You know, when in a line, the first one are going slow and the last one are just full canter. And it was like this, and you could see the people screaming, going down the river. Turning as we go.
Took them so long to get out of the place,
funny.
but when the horse sensed that they were coming back,
Yeah, on the way. And these people didn't know, and they were getting excited with the grow of the thing, and then they were cantering on the way back, and the one in the back, they were just like full of canter and everywhere, and screaming their hand off and falling everywhere. It was so funny.
nice, it really was.
The horses were really
Really
good
nice.
because they knew their job, most of them.
And they were Merlin so smart, they knew
Well, I
exactly
guess
what
that's
to
the way
expect.
Larry's horses are too. I mean, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
No.
I couldn't stand to see somebody riding my horses.
But I know, that's the thing, not a minute.
Up and down.
But the horses, they didn't have any muscle left, they didn't have any back probably left. And they were just tough all thing, and they were giving a hard time to the riders. I tell you, most of the riders, they
right.
probably never worked, never ride anymore in their life after
the
that.
horse I've had was quite good.
Yeah, you had a really good one, he was cantering all
Do
the
you
time.
ride?
Yeah, but it's the second time I love
And the last. No. No, it was, one of them was really bad, but yeah, you had a really nice house, and we did, he was like if he had never ride before, and we were doing so much canter and little creeks up and down, and it was not like easy canter, the small like that, it was quite, so I just hold there, do this, do that, and his house had a little nice canter, so he really enjoyed it, so. And then after we had this truck, so he didn't practice too much.
Oh my god, John Potter, but
Anyway. Yeah, sometimes you tend probably to put them a bit too much in, thinking too much instead of them. And all the horses in this place, you didn't have to say anything about them. They were doing their job, and they were giving a hard time to
they
the
were looking
riders.
after themselves, I suppose they were right.
Yeah, and the guy, they could just do. So they were told by the guy to put their legs far forward.
Jeez.
And to kick and to scream when the horses were not going, and to say, yeah, what
Throw a
was it?
temper tantrum, huh?
Yeah, or something, so you could hear
Yeah.
people everywhere. Yeah. So they were with their running like this, and they were kicking their legs, and the horses were not moving. They just even barely moved the ear. Yeah, or nothing. Yeah, sure. Talk. That was a strange place. That was a wall there.
It was a really nice afternoon.
Yeah.
We had picnic down on the creek.
Clean your bones.
Uncle Carolina.
Yeah, with a passport at least. When she hired me to do an event for her, that was double what she expected, and I got
I know.
Oh yes, yes, she gave you a check.
Give us a check, but she gave us a check. Same price she's been paying 10 years ago, and we had one less veterinarian, and we all worked twice as hard. Yeah, okay.
You want some more stuff?
Yeah, I would. I'd like another one. That was wonderful.
I think you want some more.
I knew it was wonderful.
Yeah, so I'm going to send her a check for that. Their bill for that. sad for you. I had 2 more horses I could have seen that day if I had enough.
It's a nice solid table,
Yeah.
I like it that much.
I like it.
It's a different
I have a
level.
book I have to find out and get you a copy of. It's called Xenophobe's Guide to the French. It's
Probably need it.
No, we should have put them through.
Aesthetics
Oh,
and
yeah.
Maybe
things.
enlightenment or something
We've
they
got
already
some.
know.
Yeah, that's. Wait a minute, Karen.
With explanation.
Sorry?
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. What am I gonna do?
Something's good coming.
Oh.
We bought it together. We forgot
Oh,
about
no, I don't do that.
it. It's so fast.
It's so fast.
A little bit.
Mm.
It will, let me see.
There you go.
Soften it. It will soften it. Hey, calories from fat zero. Calories 15. That's good.
Oh, it's pretty good, isn't it?
It's not like the coconut.
So it must just be chemicals, huh? Water is extra.
Calories 90, calories from fat 80.
It's quite great. Or you can probably cut it down, like
Yeah.
using only half the can, but it makes it so creamy and so nicer when you use the full can.
Okay,
Oh my god.
It's industrial.
That's big thing.
all the I can stay here.
Yeah, the stethoscope and the flashlight. Cream to go with it.
Take
Hide
that
that
to bed.
tonight then.
Because it could be nice.
Okay.
Get the hose in.
It's got sugar like cream actually.
I love the chocolate. Acidity.
Yeah, you know what, I like the apricot like that too. I like apricot tarts. Oh my mother made one when we were in France, I think I ate the whole thing. I love it at breakfast. The cold tart like that. That Waiting Motors, they had African background, didn't they?
Yeah, the guy that's singing.
What it,
He was
what
so
it,
carried away. He was amazing.
it was at Darling Harbour, wasn't it? You saw it?
He won.
Pier 1.
Yeah.
Oh, the Pier 1.
Other side.
You're on this one, the Johnny party was.
Was it at the same place?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Was it?
Oh, near there, yeah. Yeah, it's actually, yeah, Pier 1.
Yeah.
Pretty front of this one.
And that 1st of January when we went with we couldn't dance anywhere.
That's okay, Harry. We couldn't dance anymore, that's when we ended up waiting for the
With
cab.
what's her name? The girl that was working for me. A mistake.
Oh, Kim.
No, no,
was
no,
it
no,
Kim?
no, no.
Oh, what's she called? The Filipino girl.
Yeah.
Why is she called Kim?
No.
Oh, Filipino girls are called Kim. For sure.
She was not
Susan.
Filipino, she was
Susan.
Vietnamese.
Susan.
She
She wasn't she Filipino?
No, she was Vietnamese.
Well, I got everything wrong.
We, nice looking, a bit plump, but nice looking girl.
Many
But she was
kids.
so tiny. But she was in the
Oh
crowd.
my god, that was stressful. We could have had fun with that, huh?
Yeah, that was a mistake. We went out the 3 girls to go dancing on New Year's Eve. And we took Susan with us. She said she was dancing. We thought we'd go on the harbor and we, everybody was dancing in the streets and I think that's what we saw. Where there was a crowd. We had to hold her hand and drag her the whole time because she was so tiny. She would disappear in the crowd.
In France, she would have died of a heart attack, like, because there were not so many people kissing or trying to grab her, but she was so tiny that all these big guys or white big guys or things like this, they were always trying to grab her, and she was like, and she was just so tiny. She was arriving there, and she was probably feeling completely stressed and claustrophobic or something. She's just freaked out and scared to go because of her.
Yeah, oh yeah, she's.
Oh, we're quite enjoying
pointed,
ourselves, like kissing everybody.
Drunk rugby players.
Oh,
Then we went
especially
back
when
and
everyone
she didn't cope, so
right
we
on the
went,
mouth with their
we went back to the
yes,
car,
yeah.
drove to Darien Harbour and said, well, we'll find something. There was nothing. And by that time, I had enough of this week because it was,
Oh, it's not there, it's not there.
let's go home.
Boy, we should have sent her, we should have brought her to the station and not even put her in a cab to the station and keep her
We tried to find a cab in Sydney.
doing.
That was like after Sunny Party, 4 hours waiting for a cab outside the building. That was,
We were falling, we were asleep on a pillar.
yeah.